Engendered. Girls, it's time for your favorite program, Engendered.
Yeah, Mommy, we're coming right away. Sophia, turn off the gas. What are your fears as a woman? And what are your doubts as a lady? You think you're alone with those?
A very beautiful evening, viewers. Thanks for joining us on Engendered this evening, a show where we talk about everything about the female gender. I am Victoria Agbi.
Good evening, esteemed viewers. Many thanks for joining us on the Engendered show on KAFTAN TV, reaching you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Confidence Reuben. We'll go on a short break, and when we come back, the Engendered show will continue. Do stay with us.
Welcome back, viewers, and if you're just joining us, you're right on time. It's still the Engendered show, and we're just about to begin. And just like we always tell you, it's a show where we talk about everything about the female gender, and today we are going to be doing something very dynamic and different. We'll be talking about a topic that seems to be like close to everyone's hearts, because I say everyone's hearts because they said dress the way you want to be addressed. So it's fashion. What makes you look beautiful, what makes you stand out there, how you decide to make yourself be seen. It's all fashion. It's about styling, and we have a guest in the studio to do justice to it because she is a fashion designer. But before you get to meet her, as always, let me take you through a background of what our topic is going to look like today. Now, Nigerians are home to various ethnic groups, each with its unique traditional attire. Now, traditional fabrics such as Ankara, Ashoke, and Adive are widely used in Nigerian fashion, showcasing the country's rich cultural heritage. The industry has experienced significant growth in recent years, contributing to the country's economy. Now, Nigeria hosts several fashion events and shows such as Lagos Fashion Week and African Fashion Week Nigeria. These platforms provide opportunities for emerging designers to showcase their talents. Now, the industry has seen a rise in fashion entrepreneurship, with many individuals starting their own fashion businesses, from clothing lines to accessories and styling services. Well, today we have such a person, a unique person, designer and a stylist. She's no other person. You know, when you get to see her, you know what I'm talking about. She's beautiful. She's spectacular. She's in her own world of fashion and stuff. You know, the first day I came across her, I say, wow, this ought to be a fashion designer. And yeah, she was and she is a fashion designer. She's no other person than Charity Daniel Ochani, rather. Good to see you, Charity.
Thank you so much. Those compliments. I don't know if I deserve it,
Of course
but I'll accept it. Thank you
really,
so
really
much.
deserve it. You look stunning.
Thanks
You look
for joining us.
beautiful as always.
Thank
How
you.
you doing?
God looks stunning too. I'm fine, thank you.
How's the economy treating you?
Oh,
Who's
fair.
that?
Fair.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Victoria, you have to ask that.
You look good.
Thank you. You look
Yeah.
awesome yourself.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, so you had the topic I read, and of course the background. Nigeria is a home of fashion itself. I remember back then in school, there were billboards everywhere, dressed the way you want to be addressed, and oftentimes I tell people fashion is important. You cannot take it away.
Yes.
Styling is very, very important.
Yes.
So I would like to know, I've followed you through your social media handles. I see what you do oftentimes, and well, I can tell you do great things.
Thank you.
So let's start from what inspired you.
So I would say my inspiration was I'm just going to give a story of myself, throwback. While growing up, I was this kind of person that was picky with clothes. I like to stand out a lot. I like statement outfits. I like it when you see me, you know that, yeah, she's into fashion or she's a lover of fashion. So often, my parents could get me clothes and I'll just use my scissors to try and change it. But the fact that I was still little, I didn't know how to use a sewing machine. So I would try it and end up ruining it, and I'll ruin it and I'll get beaten for that. But I didn't stop there, right? And all my life, I've noticed that I've been big on fashion. This is one thing I like so much all my life, you know. People grow up and as kids, they be like, what do you want to become in life? And the only thing I always get to tell my family and friends then is just to be like, I'll tell you how to be a model. Is that to be a model or a fashion designer? So I just love these things. I often see myself tuning to stations, TV channels that are all about fashion shows or modeling, and so yeah.
So did you study fashion in school?
No, I did not study fashion. Actually, after my secondary school, I had this university in mind to go to study fashion, but I couldn't afford it. Right, I come from a humble background, so that didn't stop me. I just had to do my thing. And I remember vividly, the first outfit I made for myself, I didn't learn. You know, the passion was the drive. So that it was just like a force that compelled me to, you know, be where I am today. So yeah.
So you didn't learn it as a skill, or is that what you're trying to say?
Well, initially I did not. I started it. My mom saw the passion. She got me my first sewing machine.
Wow.
That was as a result of a deal we had. I'll call it a deal. So she was like, if you do this, okay, I said, if I should do this, you will do this for me. And then she got me my first sewing machine. So I started from there. And then to get better, I started watching YouTube until I was able to register for a fashion school. So that was how I learned it perfectly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, viewer, if you see Charity, this is her style. Whenever I see her style, I know it's her style because I know what she can sew, what she can make, what she can design. When I see a dress out there, I know this is Charity that sewed this dress. So I'm going to be asking you, Charity, how does one design based on what motivates one to design? Is it based on your personality or factors around you?
Well, I would say that first, for me, I usually describe fashion as one's personality, right? Your personality. Now, this is me. I get my inspirations from my passion. I know that whenever I'm seated alone in a room, the only thing I can think of is how to create. I can see this flower and I'd be like, okay, can I just make something out of this? Can I make something that looks like this? So I get my inspiration from myself, the passion, and then colors, right? Colors gives me inspiration, fabrics give me inspiration, and places I go to, nature gives me inspiration. Yeah.
So as a fashionista, what influences your style?
Okay, so the influence, I would say, I'm this kind of person that loves to create my own style, right? Oftentimes, I find myself, especially when I have clients, can we make this? And they bring their styles. I'll look at it and be like, we can add more or less for this to actually come out better. So I always go for things that would suit you. If I am working with somebody as a client, I look at you, your personality, your body size, your body type, and I'd be like, okay, we create something from this. So one's personality is what usually influences my style.
Yeah, I remember giving you a clothes to sew for me, and you sewed a style, like So, but then I want to ask you, do you think you can go with trends too, or you make trends yourself?
I can. I don't know how to put it. The thing is, trends, I would say I've tried often and it didn't work for me. It it actually didn't work for me. You know, what's trending right now is corsets, beaded outfits and all.
Yes.
But if we go online, the things we see, they almost look alike.
Yeah.
You know, it's more like you're seeing the same thing everywhere.
Yes.
So I just try to, you know, add some things to it or not do it at all because I want to stand out. You get, except if a client is insisting, then we just do, but we add, like I said earlier, we add and we remove. So,
all right. Okay, so now one of the issues many people do face is whenever I want to go out now, look at you walked in here looking very elegant and the rest.
Thank you so
Sometimes I find it difficult. I know I love to look good, but I find it difficult to, like, I remember then in school, someone was like, Victoria, you look so good, but you're overdressed.
okay.
Yeah, so some people they find it very difficult to, like, maybe dress for an occasion based on what the occasion entails. Can you share some tips as to how one can dress based on an occasion?
Okay.
Yeah.
So for me though, I don't believe in being overdressed. I like to look good a lot. I like to look good, but the kind of things that people should wear for occasions depend on the kind of occasions they are going for. You don't expect me to put on a suit and a tie to go to the beach, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of times we mix it up. So I would say, for example, a lot of people tend to have a pattern of dressing. So it's always difficult for them to fit in whenever they have different occasions to go for. For example, you have some persons having boo-boo all through their lives, and then there are some occasions you want to go for, and you're thinking of how to wear boo-boo to that occasion, right? So first thing, do you?
Okay.
Occasions, if you know occasions for wedding, if you have an occasion that's actually a wedding, you know what people wear to a wedding, right? Just always do you. Make sure you're comfortable in what you wear. Wedding occasions, you see people wearing Ashwebi styles, you know, they dress to kill and all of that.
That's true.
I wore this because I knew that this is what's going to be perfect for this show, right? And it's going to speak well about the thing I do. So for occasions, please always go for, check the theme. Your color combinations too matters a lot. There's some colors you cannot wear to some places, right? For example, like for instance, bankers, they have their own choice of uniforms they wear, they have their choice of colors. So if you don't find yourself in that position, you're giving a tip of what to wear, you can easily just go online, get inspiration from there, type the kind of occasion you're going for, and you can see things that will pop up to help you, right? So yeah, I think that's the best way to know.
So
the
in
things
other
you
words, one shouldn't get used to a pattern of dressing.
I'm not sure, but you know, for me, some people, right, they have, like I said, they have a pattern of dressing they like. It depends, but if you're into some certain things, you have to manage, you have to switch, you have to follow the trend. You understand? So for real, for women, I feel one should not get used to a pattern of dressing just in case. You never can tell the places you find yourself, right? So you try and
Okay, it goes for looks too. I know that there are women out there that they carry afro all through. So do you think there's some certain, like perhaps dressing, that they need to change their hairstyle or something?
So when we talk about looking classy and elegant, there are some things that work and there are some that don't work. Like me, my signature hairstyle is afro. I like afro a lot. But then I hardly make it on my hair. I rather prefer a wig to be able to always switch. So I would say for the afro thing, yes, it's not everywhere you can wear it to. For instance, I went to the beach one day and the breeze blew my hair off my head, you get. So you find, I mean, there's this trend that's been going on recently. I saw something online. Someone made a video of a lady in a bus of a wig, the breeze that was blowing it. So yes, trust me, there are some occasions you cannot wear some certain kind of hair and dresses too. Then your body type, people always forget that thing. wear what suits you. If you don't need something, don't buy it. If you cannot be comfortable in some certain things you wear, don't buy it. Some people want to follow trend, not knowing that, okay, what suits Mr. A is not going to suit Mr. B.
That's true.
So do your personality.
Still talking on fashion trend. You know, some people cannot just do away without fashion trend. Like a particular trend comes out today, they go for it, even when it's necessary or not. So my question is it necessary to keep up with these fashion trends?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not necessary. I'm going to use myself as an example. Like I said, corset has been trending.
Yeah.
But sorry, I hate corsets for myself. I find it hard to breathe whenever I wear corset.
For people.
Yes, I don't know how they cope, and you see some people wearing it almost every weekend for events. It's beautiful.
Very,
I love
very,
it.
yeah.
I admire it a lot of times. I always admire it. So that was why I had to make some for myself, but it makes me really uncomfortable. And I'm this kind of person that loves my comfort. So I feel like if you know it's going to cause any damage to how you feel or whatsoever, you don't have to follow the trend.
Okay.
Right? You don't have to. There are several ways you can still dress to look good.
That's true.
There are some dresses that we can make to look like corsets that is not corset, just to make you really feel good and comfortable. So I feel it's not necessary for people to always follow trend.
Okay, so I've often heard people say fashion is uncomforting and perhaps it's difficult. Fashion doesn't have to be easy because, yes, I've heard people say so because they go extra mile to do it, especially people who go for premiere and the likes, let's say the fashion walk and the rest. Yes, they feel like it has to be difficult, from the making of the hair to the makeup, it's strenuous and the likes. So do you agree?
Totally. Totally. I mean, you know, for hair, because fashion is not just centered around clothing. Your makeup, your accessories, your hair is also part of fashion. So yes, it comes with a lot of pain. Women, we know it comes with a lot of pain. I don't like to braid. Number one, I'm not patient enough when it comes to making my hair, and the pain, it hurts me a lot. So it can be really uncomfortable. But then women, I always focus on women because we want to go extra mile to look good. You know, your shoes can be hurting and you want to wear it to look elegant and classy, fashion. So it comes with pain, but we still settle for it, right? Trust me, if some of us don't follow these things and endure these pains, there's some kind of dressing we cannot do, even if we love and admire them. So yes, it comes with those things that makes us uncomfortable.
Okay, so
You agree with me that looking good these days can be very, very expensive. But then one had to, like, you know, look good so that you don't look like what you're going through. So is it possible?
so that's what I've asked her how is Tinubu's regime them making her feel or making her fair? Because if you just said that,
You really want to ask her that question?
But you
just
just
from head to toe.
For real, I mean, it's
a typical example that the government is really favoring you.
maybe she's just looking good.
Yes.
Like she's not judged
I don't
based
want
on
to, I don't want to like what I'm going through. Let me cover my shame in peace.
Is it possible for one to look good without, you know, spending much on clothes?
Of course, yes.
How do you go about that?
The truth is, I am not big on spending on clothes.
Okay.
At some point, I felt like it was because I make dresses. But how many dresses do I even have? How many time do I have to make dresses? I hardly have time to make dresses for myself. I find myself making dresses for myself when I have an event, a program, or a particular occasion I want to wear it to. So you don't really have to break a bank to look good. Work with what you have. If you know how to combine, then you are good to go. I have a friend that, for men don't have issues
At all.
They have just little things in their closet and they know how to combine these things. They always match a pair of black trousers on any color of shirt, either tuck in or fly their shirt or whatsoever. So yes, you don't really have to break a bank. Work with what you have. Learn how to style outfits. Colors, learn how to combine colors. learn the perfect kind of accessories that can go with the things you have. So trust me, you don't have to. I don't believe in I don't have money, so I cannot look good. No, that's not true.
Yeah, because I've often seen people who have a lot of money and yet they dress the worst. Yes, they dress the worst. So, but do you think it can be inborn? Like, it's just natural?
It's a natural thing. It's a natural thing. I used to have this friend I had back in the university. I don't know, she'll tell me that, Chacha, most times I admire her a lot and I'll be like, you dress so good. You're always, where did you buy this? And you know, I don't buy clothes often. The last time I bought clothes was the last time I did. I only combined. I only did this one. So hers was, I call it follow come. That's what I call her, follow come. You style yourself so good, you know how to combine, you know how to. Another thing is charisma. Someone can actually you can wear clothes better than mine, but you are not carrying yourself properly. To make the dress would actually look down on you, not just people. So learn to carry yourself when you dress, right? That alone adds a lot of things. That alone can actually bring out the class and the beauty in you.
When you say carry yourself, how do you mean? Should I raise my shoulder?
Your shoulder? You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Your composure. You thought some people, right? They feel like they are not good enough. Or oftentimes some people will wear clothes and they be like, this does not look good on me, it's not fine. I do that too. I do that too. Sometimes I'll have to ask my before I got married, I'll always ask my brother, is this okay? Or when I'm sewing, are you sure it's fine? Like, I've told you 1,000 times it's okay. Or when I want to dress, I know how many times I asked my husband about his outfit before I left the house. And he was like, of course, you look perfect, you look very beautiful. So I'll be like, so when I dress, but it's actually not bad though. You get, so I had to accept that yes, this is actually nice, it's still okay, even if I didn't feel like and yeah, when I walked in, you guys gave me a good compliment. So you carry yourself well, your charisma. Don't talk down on your look, don't talk down on your clothes, don't talk down on yourself.
Okay, so you were talking about knowing what suits you, your body size, how you perceive yourself. Now, how do I know what suits me? Because sometimes I wear bodycon gowns and like, even when I go outside, people say it's nice, but then I'm not comfortable. So I see myself liking a bodycon gown on somebody, and then I go out to buy it. I wear it. The next time I'm dashing out, right? So how do I know what to wear?
That means there's a particular thing you're seeing. You liked it on someone, you got it. So there's a particular thing you're seeing on your body that you feel it's missing, probably the fitting. So this is where I use the word fitting as an example. Knowing what fits you really matters a lot. For me, I know the kind of things that fits me. There was a time that I really added so much weight and I stopped wearing some certain clothes because I felt like they were not perfect on me. Yes, or sometimes you overfeed and your stomach is, pumping out. You want to wear tight, skimpy stuffs and it's not just giving. You have to wear corset and all those things, or your waist trainer. And if it's uncomfortable. So you as a woman, learn to work with your body size. Yes, there are some people that are actually chubby, they're on the big side, but they can still wear fitted gown and it will come out really lovely. So we have different shapes of gowns or dresses that can actually go well for people. I remember I recommended some things to one of my clients that talks to me. She had to, consult me on how she can style herself and the kind of things she could wear. And I said, okay, since you're on this side, I think ball gowns really look good on you because she has these bigger upper parts and the down part is not. So when you wear ball gowns, they cover these things, right? You might look round. For some persons, it doesn't affect it. But for me, I styled and it works perfectly. So the fact that we have to put all those nets and every stuff under the dress made it look big on this side. So the thing just came out perfectly. For some, you really don't have to wear tight gowns. It doesn't suit your body. Don't wear it. Some polo jean, they look good on them. But me, I always feel like they're not that, because I feel like there are some clothes that are good for people that have cuffs.
Yeah.
You get. So you just look at, trust me, a lot of times we all know what suits us when we wear, but we've not just had the right people to tell us what to wear. Do you get? So these things, consult designers, consult people that style to tell you. Some can do it for free, some don't do it for free. Like me, I don't charge for that. So consult me.
You hear some people say, I'm not in the mood to wear this. I'm not in the mood to wear this. Meanwhile, the clothes is really looking good and all that. So as a fashionista, does your mood depict or detect what you want to wear?
Yes.
Really?
I wear clothes based on my mood, especially only when I don't have a choice.
Okay.
I didn't have a choice on my wedding day. I had to.
Right. But you could have a choice too. We are going there.
Actually, I didn't have enough time to do what I wanted. Yes, at some point I picked the wedding dress myself, but that day I was not in the mood. It actually works with mood, especially me. It happens to me a lot. I don't know if it happens to you people, but it comes with the mood. Today you just want to look extra, right? And the next minute, I just want something really casual. This thing is a lot of work on me. The weather, right? The weather, when probably, let's say for example, you're going for an occasion, or you as a banker, you know you're supposed to wear a suit. Yes, we know when you go to banks, you have AC everywhere and all of that. But when you know you're walking out of that place and you're going home, you have to deal with the weather, the sweat and all of that.
That's
so
true.
you'll be like, I really was not in the mood to wear this, but I had to because of work and other things. So this mood thing, it actually happens.
You said you're not in the mood on your wedding day to wear
that.
Was it because you're not the one that made it or what?
My white wedding dress, I didn't make it. Right. I know I made one out of 3, but the other one I didn't make it. I was not in the mood. At some point it became too heavy, right, and a lot of things, so that alone was enough for me.
Okay. I want us to talk about this ongoing social media saga between Moses Bliss' wife, I think Maria, yes, and people tending to maybe climb back at her that so she didn't dress so well on her wedding day, even after the wedding day, going for occasions and the likes. What she's wearing does not suit the person she is or the person they assume she's supposed to be. So in your own do you think, and let's not forget, from the very beginning they said, okay, it's the way she dressed that made Moses Bliss come for her or not, or thereabout. So do you think in a way people, perhaps factors about how we dress, people's opinion should matter in what we wear per time?
So not at all. This brings me to how I always define fashion. Fashion is a self-expression. How you express yourself, right? Your personality. It's an inbuilt thing. You can't force your opinion on people on how they should dress, right? No, you can't. I wanted to give an instance, but growing up, I love short stuffs a lot, a lot, and aside the fact, the way you dress, people will talk. Whether you dress right or wrong, they would always talk.
But is there a right dressing or wrong dressing? Before we come there, you were talking about
society. Yes, there's a right and wrong in the society we live in. So yes, I'll always cut. If they buy something very long, I don't like how cut it.
Everybody did that. I did that myself.
I'll cut it.
My own concept, I use a middle and pin and hold this way.
You get what? It's very tight. So yes, I don't. I mean, I used to like short things a lot, but that actually gave people a very, very bad perspective and impression about me. You know, some, like they say, they address you the way you dress. So I had to learn and adjust. But sometimes you cannot force your opinion on people. This is how she has always dressed. This is how she loves to dress. You get, it's a different thing if one can actually run to you to complain about the fact that, oh, I don't know how to dress. I want you to help me, put me through. I've had stuff like that. And then, I mean, back then when I was staying with my sister, she would always be like, is there a time that people come to visit us in this house that they don't leave with makeup on their face? I'll sit them down, I'll draw their eyebrow, I'll do makeup on their faces, I'll try to, you know, style them. I like how I look so pretty, and I've not been dressing. I don't know, say if I know. You understand things like that. So you don't force it on people, but if they want it, you can actually help talk to them on how they can actually look good or style themselves. But for her, that is her personality. Her husband is not complaining. You understand? Because me, whenever we want to go out, I always try to pick what my husband would wear. Something that will be comfortable on him, that would suit both of us, right? Comfortable on him and suits the occasion. So we don't force it on each other. We just like to look good. So if she feels she looks good, right, and she's okay with it, then it's fine.
Okay, more questions coming your way, but before we get into other questions or the second part of the segment of the program, let's go on this break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Please, girls, let's be fast with our chores. It's almost time for Engendered. Girls, it's time for your favorite program, Engendered.
Yeah, Mommy, we're coming right away. Sophia, turn off the gas. What are your fears as a woman? And what are your doubts as a lady? You think you're alone with those thoughts? Then welcome to Engendered, where we'll bring you discuss, interviews, previews, experiences, opinions, and issues relating to the female gender. This is Engendered.
Please, girls, let's be fast with our chores. It's almost time for Engendered. Girls, it's time for your favorite program, Engendered.
Yeah, Mommy, we're coming right away. Sophia, turn off the gas. What are your fears as a woman? And what are your doubts as a lady? You think you're alone with those thoughts? Then welcome to Engendered, where we'll bring you discuss, interviews, previews, experiences, opinions, and issues relating to the female gender. This is Engendered.
My name is Sheila BCFR, the Black Comedian of the Federal Republic. I tell you, when it comes to the best of entertainment, the best of news, the best of information, something that is educative, you're right here at the best place to see that. It's KAFTAN TV. Do you know what? Increase the volume. Keep watching. Don't touch the dial, okay?
It's your girl Nkechi Blessing Sunday. I want you all to keep watching KAFTAN TV.
Please keep watching KAFTAN TV. It is the best TV station in the country. They're doing an amazing job. Please do not touch the dial. Keep watching. Thank you.
My name is Sheila BCFR, the Black Comedian of the Federal Republic. I tell you, when it comes to the best of entertainment,
Welcome back, esteemed viewers. If you just joined us, this is the Engendered show. And before we went on the break, the topic for discussion is fashion trends influencing of styling. What should I wear? And we have a very wonderful fashionista in the studio with us doing one or two analysis of based on the questions we've been asking her. Now, still talking on fashion trends. Are there negative and positive impacts on of fashion trends? Okay, what are the positive impacts?
The positive impact is finding your style.
Okay.
I always ponder on that thing a lot. It has to be that you know what suits you and you accept it. Finding your style. You go for things that are nice, not the bad side of it. For instance, in the society we live in, some persons, okay, for example, I've seen videos of people being embarrassed by the things they wear. Especially when you wear those kind of things to some certain places, parks, markets, they call you names, very ill names. So that is the bad side of it. You should know what to wear for some occasions and the places you find yourself. So the positive impact is for the fact that you find your style. You get to accept that this is what you can wear that would actually look perfect on you. Right, so yeah.
Okay, now talking about, you said knowing what to wear part-time and the likes. I've had to go to the market the other day and I saw a lady. They almost gave her a part to tie because the way the women were so embarrassed on her behalf, because she was wearing it was as though she was high on something and she was literally wearing an underwear to the market in terms of dressing and the likes. Now, even basically now, just normal, let's say streets and the rest, you might just want to take a walk and you say, okay, let me put on a leggings, and someone from the other region or religion is already saying like maybe a very bad person. Okay, so but should it be a determinant for what is right or wrong? You know, earlier you mentioned there are right or wrong faction in our society of today. So should it be a determinant of a good person or a bad person?
Okay. You are dressed the way you dress. I grew up in the north. There are some things I wear in the city that I can't wear there. It's not like I dress bad or I expose my body. But these are things they are used to. They cover up. You go out, you need to cover up the place you find yourself. So it comes with, like you said, strolling. It depends on the axis, the environment. You cannot just wear some certain things. You know, when you go to Lagos, the streets of Lagos, people sometimes dress the way they want to. Those people are used to it. You can actually see, I remember the first time my mom went to Lagos years back and she was like, if you see what they wear. It's a crazy city. Something like, maybe these people, this is how they like to dress and they are used to it. So they don't condemn themselves or whatsoever. So it depends on the environment you find yourself. Please do not go to, I don't want to mention, I'm going to be wearing bomb shorts. They will stone you to death. So always cover up. If you want people to not to have a bad perspective about you, you should, learn how to dress. There's a way I can dress and there's a way another person will dress, but she would get better respect, review, and treatment. And no, I would get, because I'm dressing well. So, I always like to use myself as an example. So she might wear something rough and I'm looking like this. They'll see me and they'll think like I'm one billionaire's wife or one business tycoon or whatsoever, a TV presenter, anything, right? And you can just wear bomb shorts and, expose your, let's say bomb short and a bra. To some places that you're not supposed to wear to. For instance, wearing that to a bank is wrong. You're going to draw attention. So I feel people should draw attention for the good things whenever they dress and not for the bad things. It will actually help you. Except if you know you can actually deal with those mental stuff that come along with it, because it actually affects a lot of people. But some people, they don't send. They be like, I beg me, I'll wear this thing and no send. There was one time I went to Cotonou and we went out in group, went to the market, and I remember I had this friend, she got this sort of her life, they were insulting her, saying, I felt embarrassed. They weren't talking to me, but I felt embarrassed. So I can understand how women feel, right? They be like, these young ones, they will not want to listen. You should know the kind of things I'm not condemning, but trust me, there's a way people will see you and address you with the way you dress. So I feel it's very, very important. I wouldn't want us to feel like that is not a important aspect of our lives. It is. How you dress matters a lot.
Talking about young ones now, you notice that social media is awash with a lot of the bad way of people dressing. They might consider it fashion. Now you are going for a premiere, you see most people are naked. You're going for maybe a TV show, most people are naked and they call it Gen Z baddie, you know.
Gen Z style.
So do you think social media can also help to promote the I see what you do, I see what you sow and you promote out there. Do you think in a way if many people are doing the same thing, it will help perhaps change the narrative we see on social media? Because whether we like it or not, many of our young girls are coming. You give birth to a child and they will be glued to social media and they want to dress the way they dress on social media. I've heard perhaps an influencers say the way I dress on social media is differently the way I dress real life.
Yeah.
They don't really know. These are young ones, they don't know the same thing. They just feel like it's the same. So they dress in the comfort of their home naked, then outside, they come outside, they dress normal. But now our youths, young ones are dressing both on social media naked and real life naked.
So people want to copy. I like to be myself a lot. I don't copy. If you want to find yourself and have an identity, you should know yourself, accept yourself, don't copy. It's because they copy. For instance, some of these foreign musicians, the things they wear to perform on stage, sometimes, I think I watched one interview and she was saying, I don't want to mention, but she was like, I had to, they usually have stylists that styles them, you know, due to the kind of songs they sing, their performances and for the audience. But you know, the young ones now, we watch those things that we feel it's a normal way of life, so I should dress up. You're not an artist, for crying out loud. You're not Beyonce, so why should you wear pants and be displaying all about? I had one program I went for, they were talking about how women should dress and not, and the person spoke about how you know, this Gen Z generation of ours have actually changed a lot of things. And the person was like, I remember back then our mothers, they said our mothers wear their underwear, they wear pants, and they still wear their underwear, that big long one. They will tell rappers, so another rapper on it, and they feel it's not enough, they not tie it very well. You get, so the person was like, why can't we be like, you feel if you should expose your body or underdress, you're not beautiful enough, or people would not see, you know, the good side of you. No, so we shouldn't copy these things. It's not good for us, right? We shouldn't just follow trend and want to copy and feel like, oh, this one is doing this thing, me too, I should do it. Whether we like it or not, wrong is wrong, even if everybody is doing it, and right is right. So
so based on what you said, like I remember then when I was working in a boutique, there's this lady, ladies would do it normally. They'll come to the shop and then when you're trying to try a dress, you find out that a lady is fully naked. The only thing that is separating her from the real world is the fact that she's putting on perhaps a gown, and yet a bodycon gown. And inside she's totally naked. I'm like, what if something happens, maybe something, your dress tears on the road, or something just happens, then you'll be fully naked to the whole world. I don't know where our generation is going, because the other day I had to like send back somebody home because they said it's no longer comforting wearing a bra, so they go on naked, like without bra. I don't know where the idea is coming back.
I won't lie, I had one time I was always battling with chest pain. I had to stop wearing bra, but that didn't mean I was exposing my, you know, parts. You know, we usually have this thing we wear that looks like a shorter version of singlets. They are not tight. I always settle for that because they are very comfortable. So we won't want to use some certain things as an excuse to do the wrong things. Right? It won't be difficult that way. So people should not use that as an excuse. As long as you're comfortable doing that, that means that is who you are, and you don't find fault doing this thing or dressing this way. But for people like us, you're not comfortable like that. Imagine coming on the TV show and you're not wearing a bra. Everything you say, they know your viewers, you know, listen, they just focus on your chest. You understand? They'll be distracted. So if you don't want to law brothers and men up and down, I mean, everybody has, trust me, people dress for what they want. I have this motto: you can get anything you want in life as long as you dress for it. So people always have a motive. That's what I believe. So you have a motive. You're dressing the way you want to dress. The first thing people look at when they see you is your outfit. Trust me. Oftentimes I've been to places, I hardly recognize people's faces because I always focus more on their dress. I don't know if it's because it's my profession. So yeah, I think it's not an excuse for us to, let's just learn, right? We don't have to copy those people doing it, musicians or whatsoever. They have a reason. Or let's talk about movies. I watched some movies, Nigerian movies, that were good, but the way they dress is just to speak of the person's character, to fit in. But you know Sharon Oja, I like her a lot. She sometimes, her movies, the way she dresses is just to fit into the character, right? But when you check how they dress, sometimes that's not really how they dress.
Earlier on, you mentioned environment as a factor that determines fashion. What other factors determine fashion apart from environment?
I would say occasions, right? Aside the environment, occasions. Because if you're not in occasions, places, areas, occasions, places, areas, yourself, and a lot of things. So the environment thing, they might not understand that I am dressed this way because I am heading to so place. You get, so you cannot, sometimes you cannot just because of environment we cannot avoid some certain things about the way we dress because of environment. For instance, I want to go to the beach. I know what they wear to the beach.
But you will not. But you will not.
You don't You will not get to your destination. They stay you to get, like you saying it. So it's not possible. Yeah. You just, you can use a kimono to cover up, right? Kimono, veil, or whatsoever. When you get there, you change. So next says it's not just environment. I would say places, and occasions. Yeah,
I remember the other day I was going back to Kaduna, so I was wearing a crop top. And you were wearing to Kaduna. It was just my liver that was showing, and then a jean, high waist jean. I was in the vehicle. I succeeded moving from Life Camp to Kaduna Road. So I was in Gonungora. I said, okay, let me just drop and go to Central Market so that I can get one or two for my parents before I go into the house. And that was why when I entered the vehicle, everybody was just drawing my shirt. Oh, Jesus. I guess that another person did that. I said, God, this cannot happen in Abuja.
Like I said, I've actually learned. I grew up in Niger State. I've learned. There are some things I can't even try. I had one time I went home to visit my parents and my friend came to see me and we had plans to go to the market to shop. And she was like, now what's one way follow me be this? I beg. Because I thought that, like, why is it that whenever you're here, you dress this way? You're coming to my house, you're carrying veil, remove this thing. She'd be like, please, so that me, I know where she stays and a lot of things. She doesn't want people to have bad impression about her or they keep looking. So I noticed I was always drawing attention. You're not dressing naked, but for the fact that they are not used to these things, right? They don't wear it, and we have more of their population in those areas. So they just see it as strange stuff. They are really strange. They hardly wear. I'm not saying they don't dress. They dress really well. In fact, I like what they wear. I just always try to modernize it in my own way.
I see you do it. I see you do it. Like something like this is modernized version of what they wear.
So, I mean, I always try to respect myself concerning the kind of things I wear to some places I go to. So, not is an exception. Whenever I'm going, I don't wear crop top.
All right, now let's talk about still styling your own style. Have you ever been backlashed in a way that, your style did not come out well or something by people who feel like maybe they should wear a different style or something?
Well, yes, that happened to me years back. I cried, right? It wasn't funny. It affected me. It affected the things I could do. At some point, I just gave it a break. That happened only once though. I gave it a break for a short period, and I told myself that this is what, if you're sleeping on this, you won't get better. Right, so I had to manage to accept the fact that it happens. We cannot always get what we want. So if I'm making something and it's not selling out, or I'm making something for a client and they feel it's different from what they ordered or whatsoever, so that's what I ordered versus as not really. It happened to me just once years back, and it wasn't funny. I felt really bad until they wore it and it came out well, and everybody bought this thing that you were crying about was not really bad. Why did this person? Okay, the person later apologized. Sometimes it's how you style it. I've had friends that I'll tell people, please come for fitting. I want to show you how this is worn. Or maybe I'm creating something and you don't know how to wear it. Let me tell you how it's worn. This is how it is, this is how it is, and it comes out well. So yeah, I've been able to handle those things. I've gotten them, and I've been able to, you know, pass through that phase. And I've accepted the fact that things like this happen. It's a normal thing. It will always come up. So yeah.
All right, then I also like to ask, in terms of clothing and making our clothes last longer, I know some people, like for instance myself, someone would say buy the most expensive one so I can last longer, and I'll tell the person that I don't think I want to be wearing this thing for years, so I don't think, except it's good, then I don't think I want it to last longer, so I rather not buy expensive ones. But are there ways we can take care of our clothing to make it last longer?
Oh yeah, I mean, for us, we hardly want to repeat clothes, right? Except if they are casual things that we know that you can just easily wear all the time. But for occasions, we don't like to repeat. But for us that we like to repeat, ways that you can actually, you know, take care of your clothes depends on the fabric. It's not every fabric that goes with detergents. You know, the kind of detergents we use sometimes could actually spoil a fabric or change its color. Too much sun adds to that. You cannot mix something. I don't mix my clothes. You know, I don't mix netty fabrics with toned ones. They spoil them. There are some jewelries I don't wear with some outfits because I've had, you know, buying this expensive thing. I didn't buy it. It was a gift from my sister. She gave me a Zara top. I loved and cherished it so much. Maybe it's because I like Zara. I don't know. I cherished it, and I wore it just once and it got bad because of the ring I was wearing. So the ring spoils the dress. You get, so after that day I realized that yeah, not just about the kind of detergents used in washing your clothes or how you wash it or the places you keep them, but jewelries, the jewelries you wear with some certain fabric could actually affect it or spoil it. You start to see these little holes where you dry them also matters. Best way to prevent, always hang your clothes. You know, I have some clothes that have a different box I keep them. I would have to wrap them and keep them separately. Sometimes I use nylons to wrap and keep them separately. So most times you iron, so you avoid ironing all the time to make it fade.
So many people have this problem of color combination when it comes to dressing, and then it turns out to be color riot or color fighting. So can you enlighten us on color combination when it comes to dressing?
For example, I love what she's wearing. She's wearing blue and yellow shoes, very classy and elegant. I like your combination too. I like mine. You understand? So combinations, I'll start from jewelry because jewelry is part of fashion. When you wear your jewelries, you should learn how to match them. I mean, wearing silver jewelries, earrings, and you have gold bracelets, you know, it won't go well. So I always look at myself and I be like, but what if this is what's going to be perfect for this outfit? Me, I'll wear it though. If there's a touch of like my earrings, I have silver and I have gold and I've got gold rings, and you know. So yeah, so you just combine them. Colors, we have colors that go. We have colors that don't go. Sometimes when I want to merge a particular thing and I feel like it's not right, I go online, I quickly check colors that goes with purple, and I see things pop up. Yes, yellow goes with purple a lot, but people don't know. It's a very beautiful combination. You get, so you go online, that helps. Or you merge, look at yourself in the mirror. When something is wrong, you will know. There was a time I didn't like orange and green until I had the perfect kind of shade for it. Sometimes it can be the kind of pants or skirts you're wearing or jackets or whatsoever. So do well with Pinterest, go online and just check how to combine colors.
All right, so before we go, because we are out of time already, what advice would you have for upcoming designers, stylists who feel like it's challenging out there? Sometimes they don't really get the styles right and they get criticized, they get backlash like you did at some point, but then you got up and continue. You didn't get broken down by such challenges. So what advice would you have? And for those that are also coming from humble backgrounds, like you said yourself, how would you advise them to continue and not give up?
Okay, so I would say for me, the passion was the drive. I didn't want anything to be in my way. I didn't want anything to stand in my way. For upcoming designers, do you. You don't have to follow trend to put yourself under pressure. There was one time I didn't know how to sew corset and I was feeling bad, as if I was not a designer.
It was trending.
Because it was trending. And funny enough, it's not a lot of people that like it. I don't know why I like using corset as an example a lot. I'm just saying though, because I'm using myself as an example. So for upcoming designers, don't give up. Do you. Keep pushing. Trust me. You never can tell that design that you make that will put you out there. Right, I didn't stop. I have a lot of times that I create designs and I don't sell even a piece. I didn't stop there. It helps me do better. There might be audience out there that would definitely see it and want to patronize you. So if you get to have blocks on coming up with designs to make, don't force it. Just do what you can do at that moment, and while doing it, you can actually get inspiration to create your own design. So yes, just keep pushing.
Yeah, do you. Just
and learn.
Yes,
and learn. I've not stopped learning. I've been sewing for years, right? I would say 7 to 8 years, but I've not stopped learning. I know I'm not there yet. I'm still pushing. I learn all the time. In fact, I'm almost rounding up an advanced class. We keep going. You know this master class that Vicky James has been doing? People that are good. I saw the caliber of people that went there. People that are good, they still went. So no knowledge is wasted. We keep learning every day. So just keep learning.
Yeah. I heard someone said that she even needed to go upgrade again like that because new trends are coming, so you upgrade.
Yeah, if you know what you want and you don't want to settle for less, you upgrade.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful time with you, Charity.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
All right, viewers, you've heard from our guest today. It's been a wonderful time. Hope now you know that it's very important to dress well, because that's the same way you will be addressed. And for you out there that is a fashion designer or you intend to be one, do not give up, because of course you can make it. Just keep learning, be open-minded to learn, and just do you, just as she said. It's been a wonderful time. I remain your humble host, Victoria Agbi.
Fashion trend is not a do or die affair. Yes, it's nice, it's important, but then don't spend beyond your means. Till it come your way again, I am Confidence Reuben.
Bye.